Alright, so what's going on there, everyone? How's it going? This is part 2 of my video series on putting together an arcade. Part 1, I just set up all the buttons and the joystick, unboxed that and got that going. Part 2, I wanted to set that up and test it out to make sure it's all configured right. To do that, we need to set up the computer part, the brains part of it all. So I was going to order a Raspberry Pi to set it up. That's been my plan all along. I'm an impatient little fellow, so couldn't possibly wait for that to happen. So I went ahead and grabbed this little netbook. Most people, I'd say, probably have an old laptop sitting around the house, probably 3 of them in your closet, up in the attic, something. If not, you can usually pick one up secondhand somewhere relatively cheap. I had access to this one, so I went ahead and got it. It's an older model. It's like Windows XP, Atom processor. Just to give you some perspective, there's not a lot of processing power here, not a lot of memory. You don't need it. So, figured I would show you how I went about setting that up, and let's step over to the computer for a quick minute and take a look at how I went about doing that. The RetroPie is the front end and the emulator that you use for the games. So you can't run RetroPie on Windows, it's more set up for the Raspberry Pi itself. But you can do it on Ubuntu, which is like a Linux-based, open source, free operating system. So let's check it out real quick, how we get Ubuntu on here and RetroPie on there, and then we can regroup and check this thing out.
Alright, so just do a simple Google search for Ubuntu. It'll be the top result. You can check out the website. See, it's just a totally free open source operating system that just free to download. Scroll down to where it's download, and you can take a couple looks. It's really self-explanatory. If you scroll down on this page here, there's an option from Windows, how to create a bootable USB stick on Windows. 7 simple steps. You can go through each one, and none of it at all is complicated. Anyone could do this. You just put in a flash drive and you create a boot disk on a flash drive that you can then go put into the computer that you want to install Ubuntu on. That's very easy. Then you can go check out the RetroPie website. Google RetroPie, top result right there. It's retro gaming on the Raspberry Pi. When you go, you can read up on it as well. There's a download tab at the top. Click there. There's an option to donate if you'd like to. It is free to use. One of the options there is for Ubuntu, and you can click on that, go in there, and once again, it's very simple. There's a little bit when you're configuring RetroPie on the Ubuntu. There's a little bit of typing commands in, but it's all right there on the screen for you to do.
Alright, so that's all there is to it. Seriously, it couldn't be any easier. And believe me, if I was able to do it, you'll be able to do it as well. I'm not any type of computer programmer or anything like that. So it is something anybody can do. Follow some simple on-screen instructions and you have it up and going in no time. Alright, so at this point, RetroPie is set up on the laptop, up and running. You can go ahead and open RetroPie like any other application. You can configure the joystick and the buttons, make sure it's all hooked up right and it's working. As far as the games go, there'll be a folder inside of the RetroPie directory called ROMs. You have to download ROMs for each game. I want to stress though, do not illegally pirate any games. It's ridiculous, it's not okay. Do not condone that in any form or fashion. There's tons of completely free ROMs out there to download. Older arcade games that are as good as any games ever created. So I want to strongly recommend, do not illegally download any of the games. Get the stuff that is for you to get, or buy the games if you want a particular game. With that said, it's really easy. Once you get your hands on the ROM you want, drop it into that folder, restart RetroPie, and then the game will be there. I guess that's about all I got for this one. Take care, try to stay warm out there. It is freezing here. It's like the coldest day of the year. Maybe not, but it snowed buckets. So anyways, stay warm. See you next time. Later.